Once upon a time, in a world not too different from ours, a group of very serious and very clever people came up with a truly extraordinary idea. What if, they pondered, we could solve the problem of inequality by simply giving everyone the same amount of money? Let's gather every single coin, bill, and gold nugget from around the globe, put them into a fleet of massive airplanes, and scatter this wealth evenly across the planet like a glorious, glittering rainstorm. And so they did just that. The world's money was loaded into a fleet of jumbo jets. The sky was filled with the hum of engines, and soon the airplanes began their mission. They crisscrossed continents, fluttering cash like confetti at a parade, and tossing gold bars like rice at a wedding. As word spread, people ran outside, arms outstretched, ready to catch their share of this financial downpour. People of all sorts, from the wealthiest tycoons to the humblest paupers, eagerly collected what they could. Some used buckets, others filled their pockets, and a few creative folks even fashioned nets out of their bed sheets. It was a free-for-all, and for a brief dazzling moment everyone was rich. But here's where the story takes an interesting twist. After the last bill had fluttered to the ground and the last gold coin had rolled to a stop, the airplanes flew away, and everyone began to count their newfound fortunes. There was dancing in the streets, laughter in the air, and the sound of cash registers ringing out across the land. It seemed like a new era had dawned. Fast forward a little while and things started to look familiar. The serious, clever people who had organized this grand experiment decided to check in on how everyone was doing. What they found was, to say the least, surprising. The rich folks, who had initially lost everything in this grand scatter-the-money scheme, were somehow rich again. They had turned the few crumpled bills they managed to collect into thriving businesses, investments, and other money-making ventures. Their bank accounts swelled once more, and they were back to living in their grand houses, driving their fancy cars and sipping their expensive lattes. Some of them even established banks and encouraged others to deposit their money there to earn some interest. Then the money that regular people had collected from the money drop was used to invest in various projects to generate significant profits. The banks returned a small profit to the people, but charged service fees simply for keeping their money. Meanwhile, the poor folks, who had eagerly collected as much money as they could, were back to square one. The cash that had rained down from the sky slipped through their fingers like sand at the beach. It was spent on all sorts of things, some necessary, some not, but soon it was gone. And just like that, they were poor again, despite having dreamed of being rich their whole lives. They had easily lost this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to become wealthy. The serious, clever people scratched their heads. How could this be? They had made sure everyone started with the same amount of money, and yet here they were, back to the old ways. The rich were rich, and the poor were poor. Then one of them, perhaps the cleverest of them all, had a realization. "Ah," he said, stroking his beard thoughtfully, "it's not just about having money, it's about how you think about money. The rich didn't become rich by accident. They know how to manage money, how to invest it, how to make it grow. Even when we took everything away from them, they used what little they got to build their wealth again." "And the poor?" another asked. "They too returned to what they knew," the cleverest one replied. "But their mindset didn't change. They spent their money instead of investing it. They focused on immediate needs and desires rather than thinking long-term. Without the knowledge or habits of the wealthy, the money didn't stick around. And so, the serious, clever people realized an important truth. You can't make someone rich just by giving them money. To be truly wealthy, you need the mindset, the knowledge, and the habits of the rich. Money, after all, is just a tool, and in the right hands, it can build an empire. In the wrong hands, it can disappear faster than you can say, jackpot. So, the next time you see money falling from the sky, unlikely, but hey, anything's possible. Remember this, it's not what you have, but what you do with it that counts. The rich will always find a way to rise to the top, and the poor will struggle unless they learn to think and act differently. In the end, it's not the money that makes the man, it's the mindset. How about you? What do you do with the money you make? It doesn't matter how much you make. What matters is what you do with it. You can start by earning some money with Luck Scout, save it, grow it, and repeat this process. Slowly but surely, you can become rich and financially free. Please like the video and share it with others. Thank you for watching.